Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of IGNOU MA English MEG 19 Australian Literature. Okay, so we are going to do Block 6 A Change of Skies, a novel by Yasmin Gunaratne. Okay, and first question, two important questions we are going to discuss from here. First question, discuss in detail significance of a title, A Change of Skies in Yasmin Gunaratne's novel. Okay, the title, A Change of Skies, uh, by Yasmin Gunaratne, is deeply significant as it encapsulates the novel's core themes of migration, identity, cultural dislocation, and adaptation. This novel by Sri Lankan Australian author explores the immigrant experience specifically through the lens of South Asians moving to Australia. Below is a detailed discussion of the significance of the title. Literal interpretation. The title refers to the literal relocation of the protagonist, Bharat and his wife, from their homeland in Sri Lanka to Australia. Okay? This geographic shift marks a change of skies in the sense of moving from one cultural, social, and environmental setting to another. The novel vividly describes the challenges of adjusting to a foreign land, symbolized by this change in the physical sky. Metaphorical meaning. The change of sky serves as a metaphor for transformation and adaptation. It represents cultural transition, the struggle to balance one's native cultural identity while assimilating into the new culture of Australia. For the protagonist, this involves reconciling his South Asian roots with Western expectations. Emotional adjustment, the sense of loss, nostalgia, and alienation that accompanies the immigrant journey. Changing sky symbolizes shifts in perspective and emotional states as the characters navigate new challenges. Hope and opportunity. A new sky can also symbolize a fresh start, the promise of a better life, and the potential for growth even amidst difficulties. Interpersonal dynamics. The title refers not only to the external challenges but also internal challenges within the character and their relationships. Bharat and Geeta experience strains in their marriage as they adapt to their life in Australia, reflecting the personal transformations brought about by their migration. The metaphor of changing skies highlights the evolving dynamics between individuals as they respond differently to their circumstances. Cultural commentary. Yasmin Gunaratne uses this title to comment on broader issues of migration and multiculturalism. Borders, the ideas of changing skies suggest a world in flux where people increasingly move across borders, contributing to the creation of multicultural societies. However, the novel also critiques the challenges of racism, exclusion, and the pressure to conform which often accompany such transitions. Irony, there is a suitable irony within the title, where characters seek a change of skies in search of better life, they are confronted with unexpected reality of displacement and the difficulty of finding belonging in a foreign land. The new skies are not always as welcoming or liberating as imagined. Global and personal resonance. The title has universal appeal as it resonates with anyone who has experienced a significant transition or shift in their lives, be it migration, career changes, or personal growth. The sky is universal yet unique to each place, reflect the duality of shared human experiences and individual journeys. In conclusion, A Change of Skies is a poignant and multi layered title that encapsulates the thematic essence of the novel. It captures the tension between hope and hardship, stability and flux, and identity and transformation, making it an apt title for a story about the complexities of immigrant experience. Okay, one more important question. Discuss how major characters uh, in A Change of Skies by Yasmin Gunaratne negotiate identity crisis and cultural assimilation. Yasmin Gunaratne's A Change of Skies explores the immigrant experience through the lives of Bharat and his wife, a Sri Lankan couple. See, the name Geeta is, I don't think it's right. It would be Navaranjini, who was known as Jean. Anyway, Sri Lankan couple who moved to Australia in search of better opportunities. The novel highlights the struggle of negotiating an identity crisis and navigating cultural assimilation in a new and unfamiliar environment. Here is an in depth discussion on how major characters grapple with these challenges. Bharat, the reluctant idealist. Bharat, the protagonist, undergoes a profound transformation as he negotiates his identity in a foreign land. Cultural nostalgia and alienation. Bharat begins his journey with reluctance, carrying an idealized vision of his homeland. He feels alienated in Australia, struggling to reconcile in Sri Lankan heritage with the demands of Western culture. His difficulty in assimilating is heightened by racism and the implicit expectation to conform to Australian norms. Professional disillusionment. As a scholar, Bharat expects his qualification and cultural background to be respected. However, he faces professional setbacks, struggles to find recognition in a society that often marginalizes immigrants. This creates a sense of inferiority and forces him to question his identity. Gradual adaptation. Over time, Bharat begins to adapt about a bit reluctantly. His interactions with the multicultural environment in Australia put him to broaden his perspective. He learns to appreciate the complexity of his dual identity but remains critical of the compromise required for the assimilation. The wife, Bharat's wife, approaches the immigrant experience differently. She is pragmatic, resilient, and more open to adapting to the new culture. Embracing cultural hybridity. Unlike Bharat, his wife is quick to embrace the changes required to assimilate. She learns to navigate social norms, adopt aspects of Australian culture, and become a bridge between the Sri Lankan heritage and the new environment. Empowerment through change. Gita's adaptability, Bharat's wife, gives her a sense of empowerment and agency. She represents the possibility of successfully blending culture without losing one's identity. Her ability to negotiate cultural differences contrasts sharply with Bharat's struggles, highlighting the diverse ways immigrants deal with assimilation. The immigrant community. The immigrant community in the new novel plays a crucial role in shaping characters' experience of identity and cultural assimilation. Support and conflict. The community provides a sense of familiarity and solidarity, helping Bharat and his wife maintain a connection to their roots. However, it also perpetuates certain stereotypes and rigid cultural expectations, creating internal conflict. Pressure to conform. Members of the immigrant community often feel torn between the preserving their cultural heritage and adopting the norms of the host country. The tension is reflected in Bharat and Geeta's interaction with other immigrants as they negotiate their positions within this dynamic. The host society. The Australian society depicted in the novel is both a space of opportunity and exclusion, influencing the character's assimilation and identity crisis. Racism and prejudice. Bharat and his wife encounter subtle and overt forms of racism which force them to confront their otherness. The struggle to gain acceptance and respect underscores the difficulties of assimilation in a society that views immigrants as outsiders. Cultural expectations. The pressure to conform to Australian norms challenges the character's sense of self. Bharat, in particular, resists these expectations, leading to moments of tension and introspection. The internal struggles of identity. Both Bharat and Geeta experience internal struggles as they negotiate their identities. Dual identity. The couple grapples with the duality of being Sri Lankan and Australian. When his wife manages to integrate the identities, Bharat initially views them as irreconcilable, causing an identity crisis. Generational conflict. Their experiences suggest potential generational shifts in how identity is negotiated. Younger generations might more be easily embrace hybridity, while older immigrants like Bharat face greater challenges. Key theme in the negotiation: belonging versus exclusion. Both characters seek belonging but encounter exclusion, which complicates their understanding of who they are. Resistance versus assimilation. Bharat represents resistance to cultural assimilation, while Gita embodies the potential for balance and integration. Cultural retention versus adaptation. The novel examines the tension between retaining one's cultural heritage and adapting to a new culture, with the characters embodying different points on this spectrum. In A Change of Skies, Yasmin Gunaratne offers a nuanced portrayal of the immigrant experience, focusing on how individuals negotiate identity crisis and cultural assimilation. Bharat and his wife are contrasting figures, highlighting the complexity of these challenges. Through their journey, the novel explores the universal themes of belonging, transformation, and resilience, providing insight into the multifaceted nature of immigrant identities. Thank you so much.